What they thought would be happening to people was this. But so far, what they've been getting is actually just a lamer version of cops with Dr. Phil.
What's your name?
Seda.
Seda what? You have a first and last name?
Sam.
Seda Sam?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Thailand.
You've been charged with...
Please tell me you're not falling for these made-for-TV ICE raids.
Social media saying ICE was attacking our elementary school. He's scaring children. He's scaring the neighborhood, putting fear in the community. We're doing the exact opposite. We're saving children. Every sexual predator we arrest means more safe children. So God bless the men and women of ICE. As you've seen today, we're not sweeping neighborhoods. This is a target enforcement operation. We spend a lot of time investigating these people. We know exactly who we're looking for. So it's a target enforcement operation. It's the right thing to do.
So just hold on, time out for a moment, because that's not what they promised. This is what they promised.
And on day one, we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. We have no choice.
The way they made this campaign sound was that they put the fear of God into everyone because everyone assumed that on day one, there's going to be doors kicked down. They're going to be snatching you out of your car. While you're at work roofing, they're going to pull you down off the ladder. If you drive a taxi, you're going to get the pit maneuver as ICE just invades everything you do. If your kids are in school, they're going to snatch them during gym class.
Damn!
I'm not kidding you that when people were talking about the largest deportation or mass deportation all happening from day one all the way throughout the rest of the term, what they thought would be happening to people was this. But so far, what they've been getting is actually just a lamer version of cops with Dr. Phil.
What's your name?
Seda.
Seda what? You have a first and last name?
Sam.
Seda Sam?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Where I was born or where I'm from?
Where are you born?
Thailand.
You've been deported before from the United States?
No.
Never been deported?
But I've been in the system before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been charged with
Charged for?
before?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You Dr. Phil. You look like Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, you know, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children. And he's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really? And never been deported?
Nope.
Huh. Let's take them in and process them, lock them up.
Every now and again, I have to actually remind myself that Donald Trump, before he's a president, he is one thing. An entertainer. And one thing that you know about entertainers is they know television. They know the power of television, and they also know the power of entertainment. So if they put certain things in front of your face on the television, you naturally assume that he's living up to his promises and that the things that he said are being done are actually being done. So what's the assumption that's being made here? That when you see Dr. Phil, you think that the raids are actually happening. They gave the perception that they were going to be kicking doors down and that nobody was safe and you better have your papers on you or else you too could be vulnerable. But all the while with the raids that you're seeing, it's just standard ICE operations as usual. ICE agents aren't just sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
So the way that this all came about was Dr. Phil was tasked with joining Tom Homan, the border czar. Now, so far, I think the total arrests that they've made since Donald Trump took office was roughly around 2,600. But I think, and according to reports, the actual number that Donald Trump wants to see every single day is roughly 1,200 to 1,500 arrests per day.
Oh, shit.
That ICE has made arrests in Atlanta, as the Washington Post is also reporting that the Trump administration wants between 1,200 and 1,500 migrant arrests a day.
On this current trajectory that they're at, if they stick at this pace, then they're just going to be doing what ICE was normally doing in the first place. Especially given the fact that when Dr. Phil was talking to Tom Homan, they were having a discussion, and Tom Homan made it a point to note that they know exactly who it is that they're looking for. They've already done their homework, so they know where to find them and they know where they hide out.
If you've seen today, we're not sweeping neighborhoods. This is a target enforcement operation. We spend a lot of time investigating these people. We know exactly who we're looking for. So it's a target enforcement operation. It's the right thing to do.
Well, let's talk about how methodical this was, because you guys had this monster on the list, and they've been sitting on this guy for 2 or 3 days to try to get where he was and his pattern, and you were actually able to ping his cell phone and get him on the move so he could be picked up on the street, rather than if he got to his dwelling, wherever that is, and got behind a closed door, then he could have sat there and you didn't have the right to go in and get him if he sits behind that door, right?
Not without a criminal arrest warrant, but that's exactly the point. He could have been arrested at a county jail, in the safety and security of county jail, by one officer.
Right.
But we spent hundreds of hours to investigate him, try to find out where he is, and we did find him. It takes a whole team for officer safety to arrest him. Right. It's not efficient. We could arrest many more criminals if you let us in the jail. It's a lot harder to find these guys out in the public. These guys don't want to be found. They're in the wind. It takes a lot of investigative work to find them. Let us in the jail. Don't let them hit the street. It saves officers time. It's safer for the community. It's safer for the alien. It's safer for the officer. But spending hundreds of hours of investigation to find this guy when we could have got him in 5 minutes.
In this instance, he's not wrong. If a perpetrator is already busted by the police, it's a lot easier for them to just walk inside the jail and take the person who's not even supposed to be in the country in the first place, as well as they're a criminal, so no one would really mind.
You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
But here's the thing. If you hear the rumors that Donald Trump actually wants 1,500, there's only so much of these that they could do. At some point, Donald Trump is going to have to live up to that promise that he promised MAGA.
But now we have 13,099. That's just the murderers. And over 600,000 they call them highest level criminals in our country. As soon as I take the oath of office, I'll terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration and begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
So here's the thing, that according to CBS News, they're on trajectory to hit the exact same numbers that they normally hit, roughly in the 200 to 3,000 deportation range. Everyone already knows that in 2014, ICE reported the highest numbers that they've ever hit, which was 316,000, which was from the Obama administration. When Donald Trump came along, his administration was responsible for about 267,000 deportations. And then Biden apparently one-upped him when they reported in 2024 that he was sitting roughly at about 270 to 271,000. All this to say that it seems like with every single administration, ICE is doing their job. In all actuality, it would almost seem like if the left is actually better at practicing immigration laws, they just don't advertise about it as much. I mean, I didn't say it.
Until you get to Bill Clinton, who deported 12 million or had voluntary removal. Exactly what Donald Trump is saying, that the left is saying can't happen. It will destroy everything. It'll be chaos. Cats and dogs will be sleeping together. It will be a nightmare. Except Mr. Democrat himself, the man that brought the party back from extinction, that Bill Clinton, you know, the first black president. Now, under George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009, 2 million were deported. Under Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017, 3 million were deported. Yes, the progressive Jesus himself. Oh, he just didn't love people. But immigration advocates knew him by another name, the deporter-in-chief. These are, classified as mass deportations. And then I want you to look at Mr. Hitler himself, the Trump administration from 2017 to 2021. 935,000 were deported. Nowhere near either Bill Clinton nor Barack Obama.
Oh, so that explains a lot as to why he actually wants 1,500 per day. The only issue is you're going to catch a lot of people that are going to be catching some strays on the way.
And my generation, my kids, my grandkids get to experience freedom. And what is the first thing you want to see the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump, do tomorrow when he gets in office?
Start deporting all these illegals. Damn! That's the first thing. And we're from Chicago, and that's where it's going to start. And we're so proud.
Oh, they're going to experience freedom, all right. So much freedom that even the teachers are going to be snitching on them. Now, I'm sure there's a lot more context to this, but when you start seeing jokes being made that people are even afraid to go to Walmarts, guys are taking the seriousness of your deportation and making jokes about it.
Ahí viene la migra, la migra, la migra.
Okay, not gonna lie, those are actually pretty clever. And so they took their rage to Chicago, and Chicago has been one of those sanctuary cities that people have been complaining about, in Chicago anyways, for a while now. And the thing is, while it may start with people like this...
What have you been charged with?
Charged with?
Before?
I'm not a sinner. I'm not talking about lawyer.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You Dr. Phil. You look like Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children. He's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with a sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children? Not really? And never been deported?
Nope.
Huh.
You know, especially given the fact that he wants to remove birthright citizenship, his deportations are eventually going to have to end up here.
Oh my God, I will vote. Arriba! I will vote for Donald Trump.
So what do you think? Is this a case where they're about to get what they voted for?
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Or do you think, no, we know what he said, he's just going to go after the bad guys, and then the good ones, he's going to leave in the country?
You just don't get it, do you? You don't.
Because overall, those are his people as well. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you again on the next one. Be easy, y'all.
You've been charged with sex crimes with children? Not really? And never been deported?
Nope.
Huh.